It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Boston Celtics. The Celtics win the tap. To Hayward. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Paul George. To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. George. Lets it fly from long range. He took the bait, and he hits.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
To Jaylen Brown. And stuffs it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul George to Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Off the mark. OKC ball. George to Adams. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Gets a shot up, off the mark. Westbrook into the front court, up by 3. Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Westbrook across the timeline. Leads just a point. George lets it fly, and he scores on the step back. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively, and that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Russ at the controls. To George. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Westbrook. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Woo! That pass speaks for itself. There's nothing more to say about that one. Wow.
Rozier with it. 10-6 our score. Here comes the screen. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. To Westbrook. George. Fires the 3. Oh, who saw that coming?
I wasn't even sure if he saw the defense behind him. But what he did see was his teammates' eyes telling him where to pass for that easy catch and shoot.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Oklahoma City's got it. Schroeder to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Runner here won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Timeout Boston, as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Out of bounds.
Substitutions, Oklahoma City. Into the game for the Boston Celtics.
To Marcus Smart. The shot turned away by Adams. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Boston with 4 to shoot. Tatum. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Westbrook to Schroeder. Westbrook. Adams. Short jumper won't go down. The screen sets him up for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Westbrook to Schroeder. Westbrook to Schroeder. Has a chance. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
No doubt about where that one was.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Probing the defense. Count the bucket for 2.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
To Adams. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Jaylen Brown. To Marcus Smart. He buries it off the step back.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Westbrook with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. From the outside, no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Schroeder to Westbrook. Fires the three. Tatum grabs the board. Celtics have it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Got it. Westbrook with it. They trail by one. To George. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Westbrook. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Westbrook. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. 4-3. Not going down here. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Boston with the basketball. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Old school equals high percentage.
Westbrook into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Won't go. Rebound Jason Tatum. Brown into the front court. Up 5. Thunder have it. Westbrook. Nice pass to set things up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. And he'll head to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Marcus Smart. Couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. And gets both to drop at the line. Desperation shot here from half. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. That's it for the first half. The Celtics have the lead.
The Celtics will start the second half with a narrow lead. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
The Thunder have the possession.
I got ball. Pick up. Match up.
Westbrook. Probing the defense. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. It stays with Oklahoma City. Westbrook. Beyond the arc for three. Off the mark. No good. Brown with it up top. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Marcus Smart. Good look that time, but off the mark.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line. Keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
Westbrook into the front court. Tie game, third quarter. To Adams. For three. Oh, surprise. He hits it.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Russ at the controls. To Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. That's how you defend. Westbrook across the timeline. Leads three. Nothing going here on. It goes down.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 12, Terry Rozier.
To Marcus Smart. From long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hayward. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Lets it fly from long range, not getting the bounce. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
And if you have the ball in your hands on offense and you're that open and you see the defense sprinting at you, directly at you, not taking an angle to try to block your shot to not hit you, brace yourself for contact, focus on making the basket, and one every time.
Oh, he can't connect. Backcourt violation is called. Time for some new personnel into the game. George. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. To Rozier. Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And it's George there for the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. Jay, if you're Russell Westbrook, how do you take on the responsibility of getting them over the hump?
You have to own it, Ed. And that starts with owning the fact that, yes, you were the first player in the history of the game to average a triple-double back-to-back years, but that did not equate to your team being successful. Sometimes less is more. And he has to make sure that he's surrounded and allowing the players he's surrounded with to help him get to the next level.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Ed, I'm telling you that every player in the league will make that shot. The defense has to be elevated.
Rozier into the front court. Trailing by 14. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To George. Fires the three. That no good. Off the mark. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. He'll run the offense. To Hayward. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. Russell Westbrook with the rock. Sizing up the defense. It's Westbrook. Shot won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
And that's rebounded by the Thunder. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Thunder. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Hey, it's Coach Johnny from Handle Life. The one filled it up last.
is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From AT&T Center in San Antonio. Tonight, it's Spurs basketball to get this one going. Underway in Texas. Patty Mills to Aldridge. Patty Mills to Gasol. The Spurs with 4 in the shot clock. Jumper's good.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Hayward. Picked up by the Spurs.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Spurs have it. Patty Mills to DeRozan. Here comes the screen. Not going down for him this time. 4-3. It's no good. Shots not going down to DeRozan. Off the mark.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Curling inside. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
And the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Missed the second as well. Mills in possession. 2-point advantage to DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
San Antonio with the basketball. Patty Mills. Lets it fly from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
From long range. Not that time. He missed it. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this. The legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Patty Mills to DeRozan. Over to the right side. Here comes the screen. DeRozan. Five to shoot for San Antonio. DeRozan, his first effort, off the mark. Rozier into the front court. Down by 1. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Beyond the arc for 3. Won't go down. Mills in possession. His team up by 1. To Aldridge. Has a look. DeMar DeRozan. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. Jay, it's an old-school approach in a modern era.
I love watching him play. He's a guy that can score at the pinch post, has a solid mid-range game, also elite athletic ability. But can his game fit into the modern-day style of the way the NBA is being played? By shooting threes and also defending. He's a defensive liability at times, and he does struggle from the outside.
Mills in possession. Up by 3. To Aldridge. Finish that. Celtics have it.
Defense, let's go.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Spurs will take the timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. DeRozan, down low Aldridge. Oh, Horford up to block the shot. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. To Marcus Smart. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Mills in possession. He'll run the offense. Nice pass to set things up. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Patty Mills. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Boston with the basketball. To Horford. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Mills in possession. Looking to make something happen. To Aldridge. Here's a chance from long range. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Patty Mills. Here comes the screen. Missed a wide open look. And scores.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Mills in possession. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. Down low Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Fires the 3. Well defended. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. And draws the foul.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Patty Mills. Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Calls it a...
Here we go. Substitution. Substitutions, Boston.
DeRozan with it. They trail by 1. And a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Can't connect.
And I'm telling you from personal experience, those are the ones that keep you up late at night. A point-blank miss right there. You gotta make those.
San Antonio ball. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
DeRozan with the basketball. They're down 3. To Rivers. DeRozan. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. For 3, it's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
And he knocks it down at the line. Mills in possession. They trail by 7. To Rivers. To Patty Mills. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark. Terrific vision. It's no good. Great defense. To Patty Mills. Down low, Aldridge. Brown up to block the shot.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He's now 5 for 6.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Patty Mills. Can't connect from inside. Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Smothering D.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Austin Rivers to Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
This has been quite the redemption story for L.A. In the 2016-17 season, there seemed to be a rift between him and Spurs management. Had a very difficult time finding his way, wasn't used to being an anchor down low at the post position. But this is the brilliance of Greg Popovich. Sat him down, spoke to him man-to-man multiple times, and got L.A. to buy into something bigger than himself, which is the reason why he is one of the most dominant bigs in the league.
Time to shuffle things up. Patty Mills. Down low, Gasol. Throws it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Spurs have it. Patty Mills to Rivers. To Gasol. Down low. Pau Gasol. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Nice pass to get things going.
The assist from number 1.
He'll let one fly from half court. Time expires to end the first half. The Celtics have the lead.
Guys, let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Celtics have the lead, but not by much. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Hayward. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. Ah, rocking the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Number 12, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Horford. Fires the three. Now that's a contest.
This always happens. You knock down a lot of shots in the first half, and in the second half, you start to lose your rhythm. You need to have the legs. Shoot at the pinnacle of that jumper.
Here comes the screen. A lot of contact. No whistle.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
DeMar DeRozan trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he can't convert the free throw. To Jaylen Brown. To Hayward. Horford. To Jaylen Brown. And 2 points to the board.
I like that.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Mills in possession. His guys trail now by 4. To DeRozan. Deep right corner. And buries a baseline J. There's a reason why they call him the mid-range maestro. Ball's controlled by Boston. Surveys the floor. It's blocked by Gasol. Looking to push. To DeRozan. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover.
Lock-up time.
Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
They had so much success in the first half knocking down the three-point shot. That's not the case so far in the second. Try to play inside out. Maybe attack the rim. See the ball go in first.
To DeRozan. And the 2. Counted for Aldridge.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Number 10, DeMar DeRozan.
To Horford. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Patty Mills. To DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. To Aldridge. Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down in the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. To Rozier. From long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Mills in possession. Leads 1. To Aldridge. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Spurs in possession. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys now trailing by a point. Gets it in the left corner to Rozier. Fine to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't get the bounce. Aldridge. To Patty Mills. LaMarcus Aldridge. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
Rozier with it. His guys down 3. To Marcus Smart. Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward. Now pass stolen by the Spurs. To Patty Mills. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Short jumper won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
To Patty Mills. To Aldridge.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter.
Here's a chance from long range. It's been a good night from beyond the arc. He's 5 of 6 from deep.
It's called room and rhythm, Ed. If you don't crowd him defensively, you allow him to have room, he will find that rhythm from behind the arc.
Little R&R has never hurt anybody, Jay. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fires the 3. The rebound taken by the Spurs. Rivers with the basketball. Up 6. Here comes the screen. Defense making the ball carrier work. Austin Rivers to Aldridge. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. To Marcus Smart. For three. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Here comes the screen. 20-footer at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, the Spurs have the lead. It's the Spurs with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And they were able to flip the script in the 3rd. Because remember, Jay, they trailed at the break.
Yeah, but they come out.
Let's take it home now. Let's go. Substitutions, San Antonio. Stepping in for the Celtics, number 13.
To Rozier. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. And that one out of bounds off a Spur. It'll stay Celtic basketball. Hayward. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Rozier into the front court. His guys down 11. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And count the basket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Celtics have it. Probing the defense. Knocked loose. Gasol up to block the shot.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the energy can be low, the passion at times can even be lower because players are tired, they're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Going to launch beyond the arc.
That'll be a winning formula in overtime every time. Answer a 2 on one end with a 3 on the other. Ed, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a 3 is more than a 2, correct?
That is great math, my friend. To Patty Mills. And he draws the contact. Well, Marcus Aldridge will go to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Rozier. Hayward. Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Gasol. Patty Mills. Down low, Aldridge. Scores from the post.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Celtics have it. To Hayward. To Rozier. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Rozier's shot, no good. Mills in possession. His guys leading by 14. To Aldridge. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Gets a look. Can't hit. To Hayward. 4-3. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that one.
Patty Mills to Aldridge. 5 seconds to shoot. Trying to cash in. Shot by Aldridge won't fall. It's the Spurs who are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs added a win with today's solid victory. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. The Celtics just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Mill. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Chicago Bulls. The Celtics control the opening tip, and we're underway in downtown Boston. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
And I know I'm not supposed to be biased. I'm not supposed to be rooting for guys, but I'm riding with Jabari. Get your work.
Trying to cash in. Rozier, shot no good. Goes to the left side. Hayward buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Irving to Wendell Carter. Down to Young. Celtics able to clear the board. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His team up by 1.
And I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. Hayward. From long range. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
At his core, he is dangerous. Jabari Parker, wide open, drills it.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it. Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off Jaylen Brown. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Levine. That's at a... Irving to Young. Short jumper won't fall.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Jaylen Brown.
Team foul number 1. For the Celtics.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Rozier. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. 5 to shoot. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Stevenson to Irving. Dunn. to Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. And Boston has the rebound. Rozier with it. 10-4 is the score. Going to launch beyond the arc. Cleans it up to Rozier. Keeps the ball in bounds. That's what you want to see. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Stevenson to Irving. The drive right to the basket. Young to Irving. Chicago with 4 to shoot to Wendell Carter. Lets it fly from long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Has a look. That's no good. To Stevenson. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
A pass taken away by the Celtics. Knocked loose. Bulls have it. Dunn to Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Rozier into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
The shot almost. He can't get it to go. No good. Time runs out here in the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
We know what's coming. Go get it.
Entering the game for Chicago, number 2, into the game for the Celtics.
Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And Kyrie Irving, odds are he hits that 9 times out of 10. Wide open 3 is good. If he keeps playing like this, we all may believe that the earth is indeed flat.
And that's what you love about Kyrie. He's constantly probing. He's probing on the court by maintaining his dribble, and then also probing off the court. We're saying lines like the earth is flat. The fact that that was on the cover of every magazine, the headline of every social media title, goes to show you that Kyrie is great at hijacking your amygdala, both on and off the court.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics. Irving brings the ball up court. To Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first three, but that shot off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Fires the three, buries it.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Lopez to Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Lopez to Parker. For three, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
The screen sets him up for 2.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Parker. Done. Bulls have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Ball's controlled by Boston. So Horford.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Sizing up the defense. Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it. Rejected by Tatum.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Irving into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. Dunn. 5 seconds to shoot. Irving. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Tatum. Bizarre shot right there. Shot's no good. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum.
Hey, lock up.
Parker. And the rebound pulled in by Brown. Deep three at the buzzer. It's good, and it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. A very one-sided first half of basketball.
The Bulls didn't hold back. And with
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Chicago possession. Irving to Parker. Wendell Carter powers it through.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Number 2, Jabari Parker.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down a bundle. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
You've got to get that one to go. And a throwdown.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll...
Flushes down the slam.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Rozier with it. His guys down big. The shot rejected by Young. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Thaddeus Young. Easy path to the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Rozier into the front court. He'll run the offense. Beyond the arc for three. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Irving to Young.
Three.
And the finish on the nice step through. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense to Parker. Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. Irving to Young. 4-3. And Thaddeus Young, no one in his zip code, hits the three.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Knocked loose. Bulls have it. Young to Parker. Ah, the monster stuff.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
To Jaylen Brown. Bulls come away with it. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Carter to Young. Oh, emphatic slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Out of bounds. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Dunn to Parker. Fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
From long range. First one goes down. Missed the middle one. One more coming. Irving to Chris Dunn. Parker. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
No good. Gathered in by Parker.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
to Jaylen Brown. Jumper's good.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Kyrie with the rock to Chris Dunn. Oh, Baines with the rejection.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Here we go. I got it.
To Jaylen Brown. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Aaron Baines. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. He missed a pair of free throws. Bulls have it. Dunn to Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Irving to Markkanen. Good. Off a spin.
The 7th pick overall, Lauri Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Bulls have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Markkanen to Irving. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. To Jaylen Brown. Markkanen with...
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Won't go. Oh, whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Boston Celtics are in the building.
The Bulls take this one as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls put their opponents away in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls. The Celtics did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
The Boston Celtics just did not seem engaged. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.